What is up, guys? It's your boy Ian from the PI Podcast. Sorry for the lack of uploads. We're going to fix that. Protesta's going to start school here very soon. And as soon as he starts, he gets a schedule. We'll get a legit schedule down. But for now, every single Sunday, we'll be going live with the PI Podcast early morning. So that way we can talk about all the games for Sunday. So anyway, today I wanted to talk about, we're 5 weeks into the NFL season. It is Monday morning, the time I'm recording this. So just watched a lot of football Sunday. Last Thursday night's game was terrible. And it got me thinking to talk about what I predicted at the beginning of the season. Did it come true or did it not? Okay. So we're going to start off with the nots, the things that I got completely wrong. The Raiders. I was completely wrong about the Raiders. I thought they'd be good. I really did. I thought they'd be really good with McDaniels coaching and Devontae Adams getting picked up. But that offense just not moving like it should be. Maybe it's going to take a little bit more time. I don't know if it's room to panic just quite yet. But I had Derek Carr being a sleeper for the MVP. I had Devontae Adams having a career year. It's not going to happen. So I was completely wrong about my Raiders take. I was also completely wrong about my Indianapolis Colts take. I thought they were going to be the front runner for the division. They have gotten off to an extremely slow start. But, however, watching their games, it's been really crazy to watch because Jonathan Taylor has not been being used properly. Matt Ryan, they're making him throw the ball way too much. And their offensive line is nowhere near what it was last year, for whatever reason. So, yeah, those were two of the ones that I was very wrong about. And you could also throw the Rams up there. I didn't necessarily predict undefeated or anything like that, but they've been very bad on offense without Odell and Robert Woods. Their defense is not able to produce like it was because their defense is on the field too long. Cooper Kupp's still the same guy he was. Matthew Stafford's is struggling. Their offensive line's struggling. So those are three things that I was pretty wrong about. However, with wrong comes right, and there were some things I was right about. The Denver Broncos was one that I was completely right about. Russell Wilson, nowhere near what he was back in his prime. I think he's so far downhill now. They just signed that huge contract to him. I don't think he's the answer, but they're stuck with him. That offense just... Maybe it's Russ, maybe it's Nathaniel Hackett, but man, you do not pay a quarterback $245 million and not be able to move the ball on offense. That's just insane. So I was right about the Denver Broncos. I still predict they have a chance to be the worst team in their division, even if the Raiders, I think the Raiders are going to eventually pick it up, but Denver, I don't know about. Number two, I was right about the Jacksonville Jaguars as a fan, obviously. I predicted that they would win 6 or 7 games and their losses would be close. So far, their losses have all been to 1 touchdown, and they have played somewhat competitive football. I mean, there's been definitely times Trevor hasn't looked the greatest. You know, their loss against the Eagles, he had 5 turnovers, but they only lost by 1 score. And the defense kept them in. I predicted their defense would be really good, and it has been. It's been extremely good, actually. They dominated the Chargers. They dominated the Colts already. And then their losses to, I was very disappointed in losing to the Texans, but I seen it coming. I predicted it before the game started. It would be a very low-scoring game, and I did not like the 9.5 spread for the Jaguars. That was ridiculous to give them that high. They haven't beat the Texans in 4 years. Now it's 4.5 years. So I didn't really love that. But like I said, the Jaguars are an up-and-coming team. They've got growing pains. Trevor Lawrence is basically doing his rookie year 2.0. So that's where I had the Jaguars. I had them right about there. And I actually forgot about one more thing that I was wrong about, and that was the Seattle Seahawks. They've been lights out. Geno Smith, man, after watching him last year, I thought he was terrible at moving the ball. He's proven everybody wrong this year. So that's what I wanted to get off my chest, because I know a lot of people are always like, you only post your wins. But my losses, I was completely wrong about the Raiders. I'll admit that. Completely wrong about the Seattle Seahawks. Those were like my main two that I was completely wrong about. And then I think the team that's really going to shock some people this year, after 5 weeks, that has a legit shot to make the playoffs and maybe make a little bit of noise, is the New York Giants. Man, if you watch that London game, Daniel Jones looked like an NFL quarterback. He legitimately put the team on his back to beat Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. And I was right about the Green Bay Packers, actually. I told everybody they were not going to be the same team they were last year. And their defense is not as good as everybody's hyping it up to be. And I was right about that. Do I think Green Bay will make the playoffs? Yes. Don't think they're going to make a lot of noise, though. And then the Giants, I think, like I said, Daniel Jones, man, they had backup receivers in. Granted, Saquon coming back is kind of a big help for him, but that offensive line's not very good, and they're still finding ways to win some of these football games. They're 4-1. It's like the first time since 2009, I think they're 4-1, man. They're looking like an NFL playoff team. They do play the Jags this year, so I'm excited to watch that one. But yeah, the Giants are one of my biggest sleeper teams, I would say. But yeah, as a Jags fan, I hope we build on what we've got, because I think everything's there. It's just play calling's been a little off. I don't like how they're not utilizing the run. That'll be a different video, though. But yeah, that's what I was right and wrong about as of week 5. Thought I'd get it off my chest because, like I said, I think everybody always posts their wins and never posts their losses. Post my losses. I was completely wrong about the Las Vegas Raiders. Completely wrong about it. Not even close. So yeah, thank you guys so much. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.